Hi, this is Jerry with another color commentary. I have a question for you. Back when this country started, slavery was part of it. Not at the very beginning, but closely thereafter, and for hundreds of years. And those slavers passed certain rules that became law. And even after the Civil War, these laws continued to be in effect. One of these laws is that if you had one drop of black blood, you were black. Now that was put in because they were saying if you had one drop of black blood, you were black, you can't own land. You can't vote. You can't go to the same schools. You can't have the same jobs. You are a second-class citizen. That's why they put that rule in. Let me be clear. That's what they were saying back then a couple of hundred years ago. If you got one drop of black blood, but you are contaminated. That's what they were saying. That your granddaddy, your great-granddaddy, hooked up with a black woman and you came out, you as pale as a ghost. But you got one drop of black blood, so you can't own land. That's what the law was. Now let's go to today and look at Barack Obama, President of the United States, first black President of the United States. He came out of a white woman. Now look at Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York. He married a black woman and had a son, and that white man, Bill de Blasio, his son from the black woman is black. Well, let's look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' mother is Asian. His father's black and white, both mixture. But Tiger Woods is black. Does that make any sense? You see, this is one of the problems in our nation that we have to get over and we have to start understanding is that we're not black, white, Italian, Puerto Rican. We're either American or we're American. We are either part of the majority, being all American, those of us born in this country to equal rights, born in this country to equal privilege, and that we have a right to pursue. But yet we continue to separate ourselves based upon a racist, intolerant, separating rule that has long outlived. You can't even say its value because it wasn't valuable to those people who were black. It was valuable to the white guy because he didn't have to compete. But when your child is born, and Bill de Blasio said I had to talk to my son about being black and young black man, and if you look at his skin's as pale as mine, his son. It's obviously he is a biracial child, a mulatto. But to claim that he's black and tell him he's black identifies him with so many negative connotations in the society. Now, I can't say whether justified or not. I think there's good and bad people in every race. But we know that if you're black in America, you're twice as likely to be unemployed, 6 times more likely to go to prison, 5 times, 8 times more likely to be murdered. I mean, there's a whole lot of negative connotations with being a young black man in America. Well, those guys back then that made this rule to separate us and say, you're not one of us. Y'all ain't one of us. You got some black in you. They're laughing in their graves, man. They're going, we did it. We separated this country. Even hundreds of years after we're dead, they're still thinking that they're separate. It's insane. I don't care who your mother was. I don't care who your father was. I don't care who your grandfather was, your great-grandfather was, don't matter. I asked Abraham Lincoln one time, what do you think your grandfather would think of you? He said, I'm much more concerned with what my grandfather, much more concerned with who his grandson would be. He said, actually, I'm not so much concerned as to what my grandfather was as to who his grandson will be. And here's the bottom line. When they sent around that census, right, don't put black or white or Italian. Do what you want, but I put human. When someone asks me what race I am, I go human. I'm part of the human race. Well, what's my origin? I'm American. It's where I was born and my father was before me. No, you got some background. Well, my grandparents and great-grandparents, they came from another country. What country is that? That's Puerto Rico, France, Spain. I mean, how far you want to go back? We can go all the way back to Adam and say we're all African. But when you allow rules that were meant to separate us to continue to be propagated today, you follow the tradition of those guys. Look what it's got us. Worst race relations in America in my lifetime. I'm 50. Maybe it was worse when I was a boy, but in my adulthood, I've never seen it so bad. And right now, those Nazi KKK skinheads are going, that's right, you're black. You ain't white. They ask me what I am. I say, I'm American. You can't take that away from me. I don't care about anything else. What color is my skin? It depends on what season it is. So please, do me a favor. Just think about that. Consider that. Consider that when you look at Barack Obama, you're not looking at a black man. Now, I'm not a fan of his. I'm very clear. I'm not a fan of his. But he is an American. When you're looking at Bill de Blasio's son, you're not looking at a black man. You're looking at a New Yorker, an American. Tiger Woods is not a black man. He's an American. When you think about somebody coming, over your house and you say, well, he's a black man, he's a white man, that's a description based upon what they look like. But how do you identify yourself as black or white because of a drop of blood? Free yourself. Become one of the majority. Be an American. Together we may be able to do something. But if we keep going with this separation stuff, I don't see no end in sight. Anyway, God bless you. This is Jerry Figueroa. If you like what my YouTube videos or like my Facebook, go ahead and send me a friend request or subscribe to my YouTube. I really would like to know if you're listening, because sometimes I think, man, no one's listening, and go, well, why am I doing this? Maybe it's just a personal diary. Who knows? But I enjoy your comments, and have a great day, and God bless America, right? For everybody who thinks there may be a God. If you're an atheist, well, I don't know what to say. Bye-bye.